Our next guest, Brian Schaffner, of course, is a regular guest on the program. I love this guy. He has a company called Expion360, NASDAQ company, stock symbol XPON. You can go to Expion360.com, and we can talk about everything from lithium-ion batteries for RV and marine applications. We can talk about solar products. We can talk about what Mike loves to talk about, usually pillow talk, is the displacement from lead acid driving lithium ion adoption and the competitive advantage of those batteries. Right, Mike? So take it away, Mike. Tell us what you got there.
Well, you know, yeah.
Okay, so that's why I've got Schaffner.
That covers it up. Thank you.
Brian, how are you? Great to see you again,
Brian.
Sully, Mike, how you guys doing?
Good, good. Hey, catch us up. We haven't talked to you for 4 or 6 weeks since we had you back on the air. What's been going on with you guys? I see that you guys are taking the ball down the field still. You always tell us what you're going to do, then you happen to do it, which is something that's odd for usually CEOs. So we like to see that you actually are executing your business plan. What's the latest with Expion?
Sure. Well, we got a couple of the latest. So we had talked to you a couple of months ago, or four or 5 weeks ago, about our GC2 golf cart battery that lets us get to the light EV market. That hit the shores here. We're installing those in golf carts, and it's exciting. People are accepting that as a new battery that they can put in their golf cart. It's much more energy dense. But probably the most exciting thing, because it becomes integral in the products that we put out in the future, is most of our competition in the cell that goes in the batteries, they do a 3.4 amp hour cell. We are now in the process of producing and having shipped to us the 4.5 amp hour cell. That means that our energy density profile versus our competition is 33% higher. What does that mean to you? That means, Mike, in your van, that little area there on the floor where the battery is, that little area on the floor.
Go on.
That you don't have to add a second battery. You can just put in one of our batteries that's the same size, and you get 33% more amp.
Which leaves you more booze storage in the bottom of the van.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, I know you didn't need to, but we all know where you were going with it. Hey, can you talk to the folks, since we picked up literally 15 million more homes via Bloomberg in Bloomberg, Mexico, Bloomberg Financiero as it's called. Talk about exactly what your business model is, because you're not just in a battery business. You're kind of in several verticals there.
Yeah, several verticals. RV and marine is what we based it on. That was because of our founder's background in RV and marine. But what we're focusing on and using that base to build on is home energy. As you know, the grid is not always as stable as it should be, and we just want people to be able to have access to their own little microgrid. It's going to be more affordable than some of the competition out there, and give you the ability to scale it to your needs. We're excited about that, bringing that forward, and the key to that was the development of that 4.5 amp hour cell, which we're thrilled about.
Brian, is it a situation too where the more the technology advances, the smaller the units are going to get, and the smaller the units get, the farther we can go with our little energy source with us?
Yeah, you have people like Toyota talking about the movement from lithium iron phosphate into solid state, and that they think in 2017 to 2019 they may have an EV that has a 800 to 900 mile range. That's fantastic. We can put just about any chemistry that we want into our cells. The question is, what do you do, and what do you do between now and then when solid state becomes a manufacturing reality? Right now, it is a reality as far as being able to get solid state to work in a lab. They have a very, very difficult time mass producing it.
Hey, Brian, I've got a question, because you talk quite a bit about greater capacity and space saving compared to lead acid batteries. Is that also a weight issue too? Because what I keep hearing about in the EV world is we have this infrastructure for regular sized vehicles and regular weited vehicles. We don't have an infrastructure for 5,000 EVs on the Golden Gate Bridge at the same time, because this is an issue that we're having to deal with. Greg and I were talking earlier today about the lack of infrastructure in this country. We got this great idea, or so it seems, but we really don't have, we haven't really thought it all the way through, almost all the way through. Like maybe, well, it could be, it could kill our infrastructure on the roads because it's too heavy, right? We can't get past Phoenix without a charging station. So talk about the weight part of this thing.
Well, there's the weight and there's the charging infrastructure too. I mean, I think that the solid state, as you move to solid state, the batteries are going to weigh less and less. The question is, you know, we're Americans, man. We want our power.
Yeah.
And we want our range. So if you tell me that the batteries in my EV weigh half as much and I have a 500-mile range,
yeah.
I'm going to say, well, now I want to be able to floor it and go 800 miles. So can you replace that with more batteries? So you're right.
That's good for your industry, though. Let's face it. That's going to be necessity is the mother of invention, right? You're going to kill because of that.
It's fantastic, but just think about parking garages and what they were designed for. And
Mike thinks about parking garages a lot. Usually about disposing bodies.
That's where I take my van when it rains.
Schaffner, nice to have you back. Get your butt here in San Diego. I'll talk to you very soon, my friend.